brought to you by Stored at Home, rent-to-own portable buildings. And out there this evening, we're going to see the shower activity move toward us. But what we had today, well, 83 degrees, just above the average. 54 last night, just below the average. So overall today, a pretty seasonable day with 80 and a 56. Now, we're running about a foot above average for our rainfall, and unfortunately, as we go through the rest of this evening into the early morning overnight period, well, we're going to have rain move in, so we're going to be adding to that total. Tonight's forecast, 52 degrees, cloudy most of the evening. It won't be until late that we see those showers and rain approach, but of course I'll have more details on this coming up in just a few minutes. Your ABC 31 News starts now.
Welcome to ABC 31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. I guess we're considered a group of old people, but we know how to have fun. And those are the words from the outgoing president of the Louisiana Retired Teachers Association, who held their spring meeting in downtown Alexandria. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has our big story tonight.
The Louisiana Retired Teachers Association brought a taste of paradise to the Holiday Inn in downtown Alexandria for their spring meeting, with the theme, Aloha LRTA. The association is a nonprofit organization that is devoted to past, present, and future educators.
It's very important for retired teachers to get together because it gives us a chance to meet, discuss issues that's coming up, especially in the legislature, that's very important to our livelihood and, you know, our future. So, and we work very hard to keep things right for retired people, and we're also thinking of the retirement for future teachers that will retire in this state.
The spring meeting welcomed retired teachers from around Louisiana for a few days, and in the past 2 years, the Retired Teachers Association has accomplished a few things for the organization and its members.
We now have a balanced budget that we're very proud of. We increased our membership by at least 5% at each district. So we have an increase in membership. We did both this term to increase our dues for our membership, which has really helped with the balanced budget.
An LRTA's outgoing president, serving the past 2 years, Bertha Breland, spoke on her experience as an educator and gave some advice for current and future teachers.
I taught my entire teaching career in the city of Bogalusa and taught from 5th grade up to middle school and was an elementary principal for the last 17 years that I worked. Be sure that's what you want to do when you go into teaching. It's not an easy job. It's difficult, and you have to really want to be there.
Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Today, Say's Office Supply held its annual luncheon to celebrate Secretary Day. Cenla area secretaries or administrative assistants attended as they enjoyed some music, won prizes, and got to eat a catered lunch. They even had the opportunity to win a $500 prize. There is no avoiding the statistics. The number of reported sexually transmitted disease cases are at an all-time high in Louisiana. ABC 31's Shar Thomas brings us some of those numbers and how you can find out your STD status.
It's not a topic of conversation, but the STD rate in Louisiana continues to increase as the years go by.
Louisiana is a train wreck for STDs. We're number 1 in the whole United States for syphilis. We're number 2 for gonorrhea, number 2 for chlamydia, and number 3 for HIV/AIDS in the whole United States.
With Louisiana remaining at the top spot for STD rates, Dr. David Holcomb works to spread awareness every day. Holcomb says it should be talked about everywhere, especially in churches.
There are a lot of social taboos, and even though ministers and deacons and so forth should have this very high on their priority list, they usually don't. I encourage people to come in because it's easy today. We're all set up. But really, they can come in anytime, and we see lots of people, and I hope we even see more.
Today, the Rapides Parish Health Unit, along with other health units in the state, hosted a free STD testing for the public to know their status and take action. For most people, sexual intimacy is private, and most people would prefer it stay that way. Unfortunately, a large amount of people don't take STDs seriously because of the lack of education and fear. To know your STD status and to be a part of the change, there are open, confidential, free clinics available near you. For more information, contact your doctor or local health unit.
Shar Thomas, ABC 31 News.
A man who remained at large for 3 days is facing a lot of charges against him, including attempted murder. Here's Albert Miklas. He was taken into custody yesterday in a densely wooded area of the Cotia Lake community. The 29-year-old from Boyce is facing additional charges today, including criminal trespass, car theft, attempted theft, aggravated burglary, convicted felon in possession of a firearm, criminal damage, and resisting arrest. Now, this all started when he reportedly broke into a home in Boyce, inflicted minor injuries to a homeowner by firing a gun, and kidnapped a woman who was later released. Deputies say he was finally caught by a canine officer named Tripp. Alexandria police say a fugitive wanted for the April 11th home invasion in Tennyson Oaks is now in custody. Roy Hayes was captured yesterday in Beaumont, Texas, with assistance from the U.S. Marshal's Office. He will be brought back here to join 3 others in custody. Officers say a homeowner was shot in the hand during that break-in. They say it happened as 2 of the suspects were trying to tie him up. A Rapides Parish inmate has been captured after reportedly fleeing while on a work detail at one of the prisons off Highway 28 West. It's 34-year-old Kevin Mark Warden of Covington. Warden is awaiting trial for aggravated burglary, carjacking, armed robbery, and aggravated kidnapping. Authorities say he will now be charged with escape. State police say a Georgia man was arrested in Vernon Parish for human trafficking. He's 45-year-old Douglas Zabala Kubion of Duluth. Troopers say last night he was pulled over for traffic violations, and they found 9 illegal immigrants, 7 men and 2 women, in his vehicle. They say he was transporting them to various cities for work. The SUV was stopped on Highway 8 near Leesville. The illegals were released to the State Border Patrol and are now awaiting deportation. Troopers say the trafficking system forces the illegals into debt bondage, which is a form of modern-day slavery. Rapides deputies arrest a mother for cruelty to her 8-year-old son for beating him with a belt. Deputies say that school authorities noticed bruises on the little boy, and an investigation led them to arrest 33-year-old Candace Diane Gilliland of Pineville. For the 11th year, Our Lady of Prompt Succor School will host their annual 3rd grade Louisiana Day this Friday.
Louisiana Day is a culmination of 3rd grade social studies curriculum. We talk about Louisiana all year long. We talk about the history of Louisiana. We talk about our rich culture, and we talk about the future of Louisiana. Our Lady of Prompt Succor, just like Louisiana, is very family-oriented, and we involve our families in everything we do. So this is a family event that focuses on our 3rd graders and the history of Louisiana.
We celebrate Louisiana, and we make floats, and we parade around the school and end up in the DPC. We go around to tables and we eat Louisiana food, and we play games. We have a Zydeco band, and we have fun.
3rd grade Louisiana Day will take place at Our Lady of Prompt Succor on Friday at noon. Louisiana College hosted the annual Fellowship of Christian Athletes fundraising banquet last night. Students from a number of area high schools and colleges attended the banquet, along with community leaders and members of the local Fellowship of Christian Athletes Board. The featured guest speaker was LSU fullback J.D. Moore.
FCA stands for Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and so the fellowship part is huge. You're surrounded by other student athletes who have similarly rigorous schedules. They know what it is like to go to class, then go to practice, then have to study and do it all over again. And so at FCA, you're kind of united by that common denominator, and then to be able to, talk about how the Lord influences the way we compete as athletes, and then also how we just live our lives based upon, his leadership.
Moore spoke about his own personal experiences and journey while he attended LSU. and how being a part of FCA played a large role in his life. He is an architecture major at LSU, just completed his 5th season with the Tigers football team. Today, Madeline Verzweivelt, Menard's senior, has accepted LSU's invitation to become a Golden Girl. 14 years of dance classes led up to this point, and her dreams came true today as she signed her name on the dotted line in front of her peers. Congrats, Madeline. Avoyelles Public Charter School's theater students will be presenting a musical called Through the Years. That starts tomorrow night.
It's music through the decades. We're going to have all different music artists and all these different live performances going on in dances.
Live performances?
Yes.
And who's doing all these performances?
The students.
Wow. So what decades, what years are you guys going to cover musically?
For more information on how you can purchase tickets, contact APCS.
Get It Growing with Dan Gill, Thursdays on ABC31 News. Brought to you by Bayou Robert Co-op, serving farmers and ranchers since 1961.
MASH 4077, SOS and Mayday.
MeTV presents MASH May Days.
Something special just for me.
Each week in May, MeTV remembers a different memorable 4077 character. There's Hawkeye Week.
It's a prayer come true.
Hot Lips Week.
Here's to me.
Radar Week.
Oh, that's me.
Potter Week.
Perfecto.
And BJ Week.
You've got to be kidding.
On MeTV Alexandria.
Yes, we have rain on the way and showers likely as we go throughout the rest of tonight going into tomorrow. But overall, we're going to be fairly dry for the next 7 days. Not as warm tomorrow, still pleasant out there. A few clouds to start off, might even have a shower or two early in the morning before the sun breaks out for the afternoon. Then a thunderstorm or two in a spot, and I mean this is a very isolated chance. Most models are only indicating maybe 1/100th of an inch of rain falling for the day on Friday, so it's only going to be about a 20% chance of a shower or storm for our Friday. So most of us should remain dry, but don't be surprised if there is a shower or two out there. Then our Saturday looking very, very nice, mostly sunny and nice as our pleasant dew points will continue. Now the future radar starting off at midnight, that's around when the rain should arrive. It's going to take its sweet, sweet time getting in here. It's now moving into about central Arkansas. As we look at the future radar, see through midnight going into about 5 a.m., the heaviest of the rain off to our east already at that moment in time. So really not much to worry about. And then as we go through the rest of the morning hours by 11 a.m., the rain not even on the map anymore, only really the southeastern tip of Louisiana getting any kind of rainfall by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Surface map tomorrow showing exactly that. The majority of the showers and thunderstorms will be well off to our east. So we're only going to be dealing with the shower activity late tonight going into the early morning hours tomorrow, and then it'll be gone. So really not a big deal overall. The day planner starting off, we have that shower chance in there early, but even then this might be done by 7 a.m. Partly cloudy conditions, then warming all the way up to about 73 degrees for our daytime high. Overall, a pretty nice day. We should have the sunshine around. Now, the pattern is going to change. This cool air that's been stubbornly sitting across the east, well, it's going to be knocked out. Big high pressure system will build right along the east coast. That means warm air will filter in, and we'll finally start to see, well, probably the start of the severe weather for the plains. We've been having it, but they've been pretty dry as far as severe weather goes. Overnight tonight, light rain late, 51 degrees for the day tomorrow. Pretty nice, 72 degrees, and then we'll see a warm up as we go into the weekend. 80 by Saturday, 84 by next Wednesday. That's a look at your 7-day and your weather forecast. Scott?
All right, thank you, Ross. More children are being diagnosed with high blood pressure. So, what does that mean? With more, here's Janae Norman.
If you take medicines for high blood pressure, you are not alone. Millions of Americans do the same, now more than ever. However, soon, that might include your child. In August 2017, the American Academy of Pediatrics outlined a new, more restrictive definition of high blood pressure for children, and in a new study released in JAMA Pediatrics, researchers tested how that definition would impact a sample of relatively healthy children as an indicator of the general pediatric population. Using existing data collected over 2 years by the CDC, the authors found that under the new cutoffs, approximately 5.8% of children were either newly classified as having high blood pressure or had an upgrade in the severity of their condition. What are the long-term implications? It may be too soon to tell. Previous research has shown children with high blood pressure at a young age are more likely to have high blood pressure and metabolic syndrome as an adult. However, the authors caution using this data to make characterizations for the long term, saying long-term follow-up studies of cardiovascular morbidity and mortality will ultimately be needed to precisely define cardiovascular risk.
The Demon baseball team scored a program record 21 times last night, but wait till you see how many runs they piled up today.
Good morning, Central Louisiana.
Good morning, America.
Look for your local weather updates during GMA. Brought to you by LSUA. Find your way to A.
Good evening and welcome back to Klax Abc31 Sports. I'm Zach Seminar. NSU standout Polina Mutel is the Southland Conference Player of the Year. The conference announced their all-conference teams today, and Ila Iwanuik was chosen as the newcomer of the year. It's only the second time, though, in 31 years that NSU has had the Player of the Year on their squad. Mutel's dual first-team honor marks the 9th time this century that a Lady Demon earned first-team status in singles and doubles on the annual All-Southland Conference team as well. Sorry about that. It was unlike what we've ever seen before at Northwestern State. And no, the football team wasn't in action today as the Demons mashed Mississippi Valley State 34-0 on the baseball diamond. A day after the Demons beat the Delta Devils 21-0, they set program records for runs and hits with 28 as 11 different Demons drove in a run.
It was awesome. I mean, those guys. So it's just some good hitting over there. A lot of fastballs for everybody to hit today. And yeah, I mean, everyone did a really good job, put good swings on it throughout the whole lineup, throughout the whole day.
Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
On May 12th, join us in celebrating our Girls on the Run 5K, a program of preparing girls to be physically and emotionally active to compete in a celebratory 5K event. Join Taboo Harley and the Litas of Lafayette on May 12th and ride your Harleys for Hope, a Saturday focused on our female riders with all proceeds benefiting the Hope House of Cenla. Get ready for the 8th annual Louisiana Dragon Boat Races on May 5th in Alexandria. This exciting family event makes for a great day of good spirited racing and a great time on and off the water. Join us for a morning of family fun at Longleaf Hospital. Come together and break the stigma of mental illness on May 5th. For more community events, visit us on Facebook or at KLAXTV.com.